What's up everyone, it's Evolution Pixel here and we are back with another video in Marvel Spider-Man 2, and today we're going to look on getting a capture with Spider-Man Peter Parker and also Miles Morales as well in the same shot. So the way to do this is when you're in New York flying around and you see a little random mission pop up. It could be like fighting crime, saving people from buses, or fighting these weird ass robots. Sometimes Miles will join in or Yuri will join in and they'll help you fight a certain aspect of crime in that area. So always look out for these opportunities because you can get both of the Spider-Men in one position, and I think that's always best to do. So we'll skip this all boring part and I'll jump to the end when Miles is chilling with us, and then we can look into getting a photo from there. Okay, so now Miles is chilling there. What we're going to do is just go into slow motion. So he's going to be there and wants to just going to stop talking. We're going to get Miles in a certain position, which I think he looks pretty decent there. Don't worry about what Peter's doing, because you can change what he does from the poses, and you can rotate him so he's looking towards the camera and choose what position he's going to be in. So if you did want like a sneaky pose like that where they are both together, then you can do. I am just going to do a simple pose so they are both in front of each other. I think the poses are pretty straightforward. Let me just see what ones are decent enough. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Thing is, you can't move Miles, so Miles wouldn't be able to be moved, so you just need to make sure that you control Peter to where you want him, and I think we'll try and do something with this. So we get the expressions and we'll have Peter's eyes a little bit squinty, so he's just come out of battle. Unfortunately we can't change Miles' suit either, so I do want to put Peter in a bit of a damaged suit. Oh, and as you do it, Miles' suit changes as well. Fucking hell, I love this game. Never knew that. So if you change the suit health for Peter in the photo mode while you're around Miles, Miles will change as well. So that's a new one for me, and I've been playing this game religiously since it got released. So I reckon that's a really good feature. So position mode off, and we'll try and find a capture where this would look semi-good. Maybe. We're just gonna go with this and see where we end up. Firstly, I'm not a big fan of the natural light, so we'll just take that off a tinge and reduce, or just rotate it and see where it ends up. If it goes behind them, perfectly fine, because sometimes you can get a little bit of shadows and the light's coming in from the shoulders, which I'm perfectly happy with that. So I think that's good. I'm going to reduce the ambient down so it is a little bit darker, and then I'm going to work with my own lighting from that point. But before I do that, I want to reduce the background so you can't see anything, and I'm going to mess around with the near range as well, because I feel like we're going to be able to blur Peter's hand out a little bit. So let's see what we can do with that. Increase that. And just see where it ends up. So it's just ending on his shoulder. So we'll just leave it there and reduce the aperture down so his fist is slightly blurred. Okay. Getting somewhere. I'm liking it so far. Right, so let's start with the lighting. So the first light, we need to make sure that both characters are getting highlighted here as well, and the background's not getting too much exposure, because I want the majority of the focus to be on the Spider-Man, obviously. So we'll see what we can do with Miles first. So I like the fact on Miles' suit around his jaw, there's a little bit of a shining light, and it also gives some definition around his chest area as well. And the bonus part of it is the light also shines onto Peter's mask and highlights his suit. So you're winning the best of both worlds with this type of lighting. Reduce the intensity a little bit so it's not as harsh, and go to the second light, and I think I'm going to bring this to the side of Peter only. I'm not going to do Miles with this one, it's just going to be Peter. Just going to move him back a little bit and throw the intensity down just so it's a white light. Again, the things behind this, it's very, the process of it, of doing it, is just as you're going along and seeing what works best. So I think the lights look pretty good. I just think that it'll want to highlight the back a little bit more. Like that. Yeah. Let's keep that like that. Just reduce the intensity a little bit so the suit doesn't get too reflective. And I think we'll do one more big light and stick this somewhere that's going to be absolutely so random. I don't know what I'm going to do it with. I did like the way it looked on his suit then though, by his chin. Where was that? Oh no, I lost it. No, what I think I'm going to do actually, I'm going to do a little classic trick that I used to do, where it highlights it'll be like the chin of Peter, but not everything else. So what you'd like to do with this one, if you want to just do this trick, is change the spread down just so it's kind of on his mask in a certain point that you want to be highlighted. If you do the softness and reduce the, put the softness right up to 100 and then mess around with the spread again, it'll change the edges of the light. So I think this will be pretty good just to have on the side of his mask, like so. Bring the color intensity down and slowly reduce the intensity of the actual light itself, just so there's still a bit of a shine on his chin in a way. So if you remove that light, you can see the difference there, and then we add it back on. It's subtle, but it's effective, and it highlights more of the suit. So I think we'll leave it with that and move on to the film grain. Again, every single time I tell you this, remove it. It's personal preference. You might like it. I personally just don't. But you'll see a little pattern throughout my videos that I kind of do the same thing, and then I'll go through the filters and see what I think's best for this specific shot. And I seen this fashion one and I thought, yeah, me like it. But then that bleached. Yeah, we're gonna stick with the bleach one, and we'll keep the exposure where it is, film grain sharpness, and then would be it. That's how I would capture Miles and Peter both together in one shot. So if you did like these type of tips, or you want to see more videos like this, again, in the comments let me know what game you want to see next, or what type of pose or suit. If you have a suit request, by all means pop it in the comments and I'll see what I can do. And until then, I'll catch you on the next video. Take care. Goodbye.